In this video, we'll go over how to add and combine forms. When we talk about adding or combining forms, we mean that there is going to be two or more form types under one specific industry. And in order to allow the customer to access the different types of forms, which could be either different services or just different styles of pricing, you would need to make a form combination. So first, we'll go to an industry and show you how you can add a new form. So for this, I've clicked on Settings, Industries, and then the industry name. And just below the form numbers, Settings, and Add Combined Form. Now, if you already have two or more forms listed, it will automatically bring you into the Combined Form page. This allows you to create some sort of pre-qualifying question and then select which form will be opened based on the answer that the customer selects. So in this example, for our industry, we are using Forms 1 and Form 4. Form 1 having to do with more flat rate pricing, and Form 4 having to do with variable pricing, like pricing per square foot, for example. So to make a combination of these forms, I will create a question for the customer to answer. And for this example, I'm using the question, what type of pricing would you like to see? This is because for these particular forms, they both cover the same types of services. They just differ by how exactly they'll be priced out. And for option 1, I'll select Form 1 and then type in flat rate pricing. And then for our second option, I'll select Form 4 and I'll write pricing per square foot. All right, so once you've reviewed and made your selections, you'll click the blue Save button, and that will successfully create the combination. Once you've created a combination, you can also view those on this tab, View All Combinations. And there are options to edit it if you'd ever like to make changes or delete it. Now let's go over how to add a new form. If you want to add a new form, then you'll go to the same page under the industry name, settings, and then add combined form. And up here, you'll see a blue button that says add new form. Once we click that, it's going to bring us to a select form page. This page shows us the remaining types of forms that can be added to the industry. So this industry is not yet using Form 2, Form 3, or Form 5. So for our purposes here, we'll go ahead and click Form 5. When you select a form from these options, you'll see a preview of what the form could look like, as well as a description going over how exactly this form works. So for example, Form 5 generally tends to deal with hourly-based pricing. So to proceed in adding Form 5 for our industry, we'll click the blue Next button, and it'll bring us to the form settings page. This form settings page is the same options that you would see below any other form that you've added by going to the settings section and form settings. So for this, we are going to make our selections such as what types of locations are being used in the form, how many steps the form is, etc. really. You can go through each option and enable or disable whatever features you're going to use. Then click the blue Save button to finish adding the form. Once you've added the form, you can go back to the form listing for this industry, and it will show you all 3 of the forms that have been currently added. If you'd like to ever add an additional option to your form combination, you can go back to the Add and Combine Form page, and then either click the Add an Option button right on the Combine Two Forms tab, or you can also create a second combination, which basically allows you to ask one question and have the customer select an answer, and then have a second question and then offer a different solution. So you can ask a question that opens for additional question of combination forms, and then ask a question for selecting a different form for those. If you click View All Combinations, you can also go into any combination you've created already and click this Edit button here. You'll come back to this tab, Combine Two Forms, which was always selected by default. And from here, we can click the blue Add Option button and then create an option for the customer to be able to select Form 5. And for this, I'll enter hourly pricing so they know exactly what type of form they'll be seeing upon selection. And the last step to take is just to click this blue Update button again to make sure that all of the options have been saved to the form. Now you can go to the Book Now page either as a admin or as a customer, and you'll be able to see these pre-qualifying questions that you've created. So for office cleaning, it's asking our various options that we just created, whether we want to see flat rate pricing, pricing per square foot, or hourly pricing. And then from there, the customer has the form that they can fill out, see pricing, book the services, etc.